So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the block method or the area method of multiplication. This is a little bit easier because it takes your basic facts and it helps you build off those. It's a little bit easier than the traditional method, even though it follows the same principle. So to do the block method, the first thing you need to do is you need to make your block. So to know how many blocks you need to make, you need to look at this number. And there are 2 digits, so we need to make 2 blocks. So we're going to make a long rectangle, and we're going to divide it into 2 blocks. And the next step is you divide out your number. So this 6 is going to go over here, and the 29 is going to be separated by place value. So this first value is in the tens place, and it's a 2, so that's worth 20. And the second one is 9. And that's going to go in the ones place. So really, this is 20 plus 9 is the same as 29. So now when you find the area or the block, you're really taking 20 times 6, which is easy with our multiplication sheet of 6 times 2 is 12, and we add a 0. In the next box, we're taking 9 times 6, which is a basic fact. 9 times 6 is 54. Then what you do with those facts is you add them up. So you take your 120 plus 54. It's going to be 471. So 174 would be your answer. Let's try it with a bigger number. So let's say we had So this is a 4-digit number and a 2-digit number. So this one's going to be a little different. So we're looking at this one. So we're going to have to make 4 boxes. So it's quite long. So 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. And this one is a little different because there's 2 digits here. So we need to make 2 sets of 4 boxes, because we need to break up the second number as well. So let's write our second number here. Our first digit is a 2, and that is in the tens place, so that means 20. Our second digit is a 9, so that's going to go here. Let's look at our first number. This means 1,000. This one means 200. This one means 30, and this one means 4. So you're taking 20 times 1,000. Remember, our cheat is we multiply our first numbers. So we're taking 1,000 times 20. So we're taking our 2 times 1, which is 2, adding our number of zeros. So we have to have 4 zeros. Now we're taking 200 times 20. So 2 times 2 is 4, adding 3 zeros. Now we're going to take 30 times 20. So we're taking our 3 times our 2, which is 6, add 2 zeros. Now we're taking 4 times 20. So that's going to be 80, because 4 times 2 is 8, add a 0. Now we're taking 9 times 1,000. Or 1,000 times 9, it doesn't really matter the order. So that's going to be 9, because it's 9 times 1, 3 zeros. Then we're going to take 200 times 9, so 9 times 2 is 18, add 2 zeros. And we're going to take 30 times 9, so 9 times 3, which is 27, add a 0. And then we take our 9 times 4, or 4 times 9, and it's 36. Now what we need to do, just like before, is we need to add. This one I'm just going to add by touching. So I'm going to touch this one and this one. I'm going to say 0 and 0 is 0. 0 and 0 are 0. 0 and 0 are 0. 9 and 0 are 9. And I'll drop my 2. Notice how I started from the right and I touched both numbers and went up. If you need to, you can rewrite your numbers and make sure you line them up. And then we'll have to add again. So we're going to add up. So 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. 8 plus 0 is 8. 1 plus 4 is 5. Adding the next column. 0 plus 0 is 0. 7 plus 0 is 7. 2 plus 6 is 8. Drop in our plus sign again. 6 plus 0 is 6. 8 plus 3 is 11. Now we might want to line them up. So I'm going to put this number underneath here. So 0, 0, 8, 5. Adding those. 0, 0, 8. It's going to be 14, 3. I'm going to take these two. I'm going to put 1, 1, 6 under here. So it's going to be 6. 7 and 1 is 8. 8 and 1 is 9. Now I need to add these two together. So I'm going to slide them under there again. So 9, 8, 6. So that is 6, 8, 17, 5, 4. 45,786, in case I didn't make any errors. Now I'm going to give you one. I want you to try and pause. So here is your problem. Problem is 49 times 7. I want you to pause your video, draw your box. After pausing your video, you should have drawn your box. Remember, your box is from these two numbers. So if you haven't drawn your box, remember these two numbers, two places. So you have to have two boxes. So long rectangle, draw your box in. Okay. Go ahead and pause the video and break up your next steps to put the number here and the number here and here. If you want to put boxes on there, you sure can, so you remember to put something there. So if you paused your video, you should have put your 7 here. And our top is going to be 4 is 40. 9 is just 9. Okay, go ahead and solve the problem. Remember, we're taking and multiplying the numbers on the outside of the box to find our number inside. If you want to write the multiplication problem out here, that would be great, because there's two different ones, but you at least need to have the answer here. So go ahead and pause your video. So if you pause your video, you should have taken 40 times 7, which you know is 4 times 7, which is 28. Drop in the 0. Then we're taking 9 times 7, which is 63. Okay, go ahead and carry out the next step. Pause your video. Okay, here's your problem, 192 times 43. This time I want you to pause your video and go as far as you can. In case you got stuck or you're checking your work, this would be step 1 where you make your box. Pause your video if you need, or keep watching if you're checking. This would be your step 2 where you wrote your numbers all out. So if you're checking, here you go. If you're watching, keep watching. Here is your next step where you did all your multiplication. Again, if you are wondering what your step is, pause your video again and then follow through with your last step. And if I did all my math right, remember we have to add this column to get this number. We're adding this column to get this number. We're adding this column to get this number, and we have to add these all up. So I swung this one here, got that, swung this one here and got that, and I came up with 8,256. Let's try just one more. Here is your next problem, 89 times 17. Make sure and pause your video and give it a try. And when you unpause, you will see the answer and I will walk you through it. Hopefully you pause your video and you have a similar answer, but I always could have made mistakes. I am human too. So remember this one, we're breaking this one out into an 80 and a 9. 17 we break out into a 10 and a 7. So this should be a 2 by 2 box since they're both 2-digit numbers. The first box we took 80 times 10 and got 800. Remember, we're just doing 8 times 1, adding our 2 zeros. Next box we're taking 9 times 10. So 9 times 1, adding our 1 0 from here. This one is our 7 times 80. So we're taking 8 times 7 is 56, adding our 0. And then 9 times 7 is 63. Then I added the columns 800 plus 560, and I got 1,360. I added 90 and 63 and got 153. And I added both of those numbers and got 1,513. There you go. Thanks for watching.